me, Tara Strong, aka Miss Minutes, for Bama Geeks. I hope you're ready to watch, and if you don't, I will have to prune you. Stay on your sacred timeline.
And good Sunday evening.
Hello.
Hello. We're the Bama Geeks. I'm Brock. That's Bo. That's Jessica.
Oh,
Hey, turn your phone
Hey.
down. Okay.
Okay.
Good
I
night.
didn't
It's a monitor.
It's like when you call into a radio show. They tell you to turn your radio down
turn
for
your
a reason.
radio down.
Thanks for getting us an extra watch hour, though.
Hey.
We're slowly creeping up to that YouTube ad monetization. We are so close. It's not even funny.
So close.
So close. So anyway, we're three-fourths of the Bama Geeks. Kevin is not here. Kevin is enjoying some time away, traveling with his girlfriend, and we've seen some of their pictures, and they're having a great time. So I have not done a live stream with Kevin since November.
Yeah.
We got to change that in the new year.
I believe hopefully we'll be able to resolve that in the next recording session or
that's what
next
we're hoping
live
for.
session. Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for. So let's get it all out of the way first. If you're new to the stream, we thank you for joining us. We are four friends from Alabama who talk about pop culture and all kinds of crazy stuff. Of course, with Southern charm, wit, flair, whatever you want to call it. If you want to find out more about us, then just head on over to bamageeks.com. That's our website. That's why it's .com. You can also join us on social media. Everywhere is at Bama Geeks. If you want to post some fun stuff with us, it's kind of semi-privately, then just go to Facebook, the Bama Geeks Front Porch on Facebook. Look that up. Join our community. We'll let you in there. And of course, prior to this, we did a special members only episode for our Patreon and YouTube members. If you enjoyed the podcast, want to support us in any way, just go to bamageeks.com/join. And that'll give you all the info on how to do that. Definitely not necessary, but always welcome.
Bring a covered dish.
Please. And make sure it's a sweet potato casserole. I didn't get enough for Christmas.
Oh, I know I didn't make it for Christmas.
No,
I made
you
it
did
at
not.
Thanksgiving, but
My mother-in-law, she made some kind of like sweet potato patties. Like it was kind of interesting, you know. It was like it was in a casserole dish, but they were like baked and had the brown sugar and all the good stuff on them. It was an interesting
Wow.
take.
Interesting. So it was like salmon croquettes?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
hey, interesting.
Well, that's awesome. So if you're joining us live tonight, jump in the chat. We have no real structure tonight. We are going to shoot the breeze on 2024. We're just a couple of days away from saying goodbye to this year.
Yeah.
This year has had its ups and downs for us.
Yeah.
Um,
And much like how everybody feels in this last week of the year, it's like I said, we're a little unstructured, we're a little all over the place.
yeah.
We're kind of not sure what day it is, you
Huh?
know. We're full of cheese, and maybe we should eat a vegetable right now for, you know.
And even my face is confused. If you see this, just ignore it. Okay. We're not going to talk about, hair follicles that have gone wonky at the end of the year, just in time for the live stream.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yay.
Mace. It's healing. Thank you. And also, if you want to drop in super chats and stuff tonight, please do. I'm going to encourage you. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous right now. So if I happen to vomit during the live stream, you need to leave me a super chat. 99 cents. That's all you got to do. Just drop me $1 for the vomit. More if you
Oh my.
if you enjoy the show.
Buck for the vomit.
Yeah.
The thing-
Hashtag buck for the vomit.
The things we do for the live stream and for this podcast.
Hey,
I won't be doing it on purpose. Trust me. I don't
I
need the
know.
money that bad.
I was like, he was talking about things we do. Like I said, I was during our Ghostbuster friends chat the other night. Like I'm seriously like this close to shaving my head. So if I do, it will be recorded and documented for you.
It needs to be. That needs to. I've had the same thought. If I ever do cut my hair off, then it'll be a Bama Geeks exclusive. Up.
How many likes for Brock to vomit?
Skylar. Hey, Skylar, how many likes for Brock to vomit? This is all completely involuntary. I'll tell you how I've been feeling the last few days and what's happened, and I'm feeling that way right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. I've been fighting this. Who sings? I can't fight this feeling. Is REO Speedwagon?
REO Speedwagon.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to fight this feeling all day. But speaking of, Skylar, please leave a like. We certainly appreciate it. Any point during the live stream, leave a like, ask questions, tell us about your year. We're going to tell you about ours. And any type of engagement you guys want to do, it's appreciated. We're
also
so close.
Reflect on 25 years ago, we were losing our mind thinking that all the computers were going to shut down and everything the world was going to technologically end.
Funny you should mention that, because like this morning, just to pass the time, I had it on King of the Hill, and it was that episode where everybody was, prepping for Y2K. So that's kind of funny you brought that up.
Well, it's funny. I was thinking about that, and also like since they've announced all this week, the Huntsville, what is it, Pop and Culture and Comic Expo.
Yeah,
they've announced pretty much the entire cast of My Name Is Earl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did.
And they had a great episode about how they all they went and like hidden. I think it was like the furniture store or something, thinking it was like a bomb shelter type thing. It was a great episode because everybody was still asleep, but they thought the world had ended. It was hilarious. So
I never got into that show.
It's very funny, very funny.
I never got into it.
Highly recommend it.
I was into Jamie Presley.
Well,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what red-blooded American male wasn't? So,
yes. Joe Dierte.
Hey, now look, Joe Dierte. She was, yeah, Joe Dierte.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't even go to that scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what we're talking about.
Some of the stereotypes of our state,
right?
Some that are very true.
They've also Elizabeth Berkley and Mario Lopez are coming.
Yeah,
she's coming back, and this is be Mario's first time, I think. And then
we didn't meet Mark Paul last year, and we didn't meet Elizabeth last year. I'm going to meet Elizabeth this time. Got to.
They've been knocking it out of the park. We guess they haven't done it a wrestling guest, have they?
Nope,
not yet.
Eric Bischoff.
Oh my gosh! They got Eric Bischoff.
Oh, man,
dude, I was not. No, Bo is the WCW guy.
Yes.
I was always WWE, WWF, and I didn't care for Bischoff too much. I thought he was pretty smarmy, which he was. I mean, that's his role.
Well, that was his. He did his job correctly.
He did his job very well. Ever since listening to his podcast, the 83 Weeks, I've been listening to it now for a long time. I have so much respect for that man.
He's got a fascinating story too. I mean, if you ever sit down and listen to the things that he did,
about everything, especially in the wrestling business, it's amazing.
Like I said, I watched both, but yes, I was WCW to the end, and for good or bad, it was there. But yeah.
That was almost just, no, it's not almost a super chat.
Everybody's like,
that was the tease. I was trying to. It's like when you play football and you try to get somebody offside. I was trying to get somebody to donate a super chat.
False start.
Yeah. Before all that, before we jump into the 2024, just bringing up Y2K. Now you got me, because none of us knew each other in the year 2000. So how was New Year's Eve night 1999 for you guys? What were you scared? What were you doing? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure I was nervous, but I want to say I was probably at our good friend Mr. Nix's house. We were shooting fireworks. I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to bet that around that time frame, because into 1999 I was 18. I graduated just that previous May. So yeah, that sounds about the time frame. I'm pretty sure we were at his house firing fireworks. We were very nervous, but everybody, I mean, leading up to it was like, because it was the news story, news story, like,
Yeah. I don't honestly remember. I mean, I was 22.
That says it all.
I was just 1 month into my first marriage. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember what we did, but I know I was working at a bank at that time. So of course, there was that whole like, well, our computer's going
yeah.
to be working properly, when we get back on the next day and whatnot. But I don't know if I really remember feeling, kind of freaked out or really scared, just. I don't. As I said, to recall exactly, I really can't say.
For me, and by the way, Chad, if you're live with us here or even after the fact, drop us a chat, drop us a comment, or tell us what you're up to heading into Y2K.
Yeah.
My ex-wife and I, we were heading in. We were 7 months married at that point. And I remember we were sitting on the couch. We were living in a 1-bedroom apartment and sitting on the couch watching, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, and just sitting there. I remember it got to be about 11:59 or so. We had we didn't drink, so we had our sparkling grape juice with us, and we were getting ready. And I remember it's like, are we going to toast and the lights go out or whatever? And, we were fully expecting it. And then everything just kind of, oh, well, there's 12:01.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, nothing happened.
Well, in all honesty, I was more nervous because, they always show on TV, they celebrate in Australia first, New Zealand, all that 1st. Usually that's the first one we've seen. So when I saw nothing didn't happen there, I think a lot of the relief was, was there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we grew up, with Prince. Constantly, talking about partying like it's 1999, and then it was just like
lived in fear for the whole year.
Yeah.
My computer ain't gonna work.
I got to thinking about that because you imagine, like, say, if that happened now with, like, of course, like social media, all the excess extra things to hype it up.
Yeah.
Okay, Ice Knight. Hey, welcome in, buddy.
First year
Yeah.
at UAH.
First year at University of Alabama, Huntsville.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, we're all seem around the same age. It was an interesting time. Like I said, it's took me a while to remember.
Well, yeah,
definitely around.
We understand that. We understand that. We understand that. There's no.
Oh me. Yeah, has that movie come out yet about
Y2K? I think it has. If it has, it should be. If let's see.
I want to see if it's like I remember. See if they did a good job of capturing the.
Oh yes, it came out the first of the month, so apparently it was just a limited release type thing. I guess it didn't either do well or just got lost in the shuffle.
Like most movies these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to watch it. Just for the craziness of it, it's absurdity, and I love it. And like I said, now events of my youth are now being made into movies and parody and as historical events.
Can you believe we're about to hit a quarter century already?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Golly.
Yeah.
Remember
when 2015 was the future? 2015 was the future.
Well,
now
when you
10
when
years
you
in the
started
past.
when you started this conversation off and you said the year 2000, of course I go to
yes.
Conan. I'm
Conan
going to
O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien immediately. So yeah.
Yes.
In the year 2000.
Which that's it.
I can't do it like La Bamba though.
Oh yeah.
No.
2000.
Let's see here.
Sorry.
Yeah, IT folks and specialty software like that was just made.
Oh, sorry, you had it
Yeah, you're
highlighted.
good.
I took it off.
I was getting it while you was there. Yeah. I'm sure like they made a killing. They had.
Well, they
to.
worked around the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to have. I didn't. What was I? I was in radio. I was working in radio and television heading into Y2K, and I remember the guys at at both of our stations were just incredibly busy trying to not freak out and what's going to happen to the stations when it hits. So
that was the so Windows 2000 would have been out by then. OS, wouldn't it be? That would be
I think
OS?
so. I think it came out before that.
Yeah. That and NT was still the thing, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Or
Yeah.
NT, Windows NT. NT2, yeah. Was it just NT? What did you say?
So
NT or
Windows 2000, then there was Windows NT, all right?
Yeah.
Or Windows NT, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's yes.
Here you go. You can get a shirt from T Public if you want to get the sticker.
I need that as like a sticker on my truck. I would love to have that.
Oh
This
my
is T
gosh.
Public,
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's only $2.
I'm glad you found. Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely need to get some of those. That's great. Turn your computer off.
Before midnight.
Now the writer in me is
Uh-oh.
questioning on this label, on the original label, was there an extra space between your computer and midnight on?
Oh,
Well,
no, it's
let's
probably a
see.
TV thing.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Here, yeah, I'm
I need to find the
triggering.
original sticker because that's going to drive my journalism senses nuts if
Yeah.
that was original.
It's triggering you. I'm going to take
Yeah.
it off.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. Just remember, if I vomit on stream, leave a super chat. I'm nauseous, and that didn't help.
No, I don't. Let's see. No, I think
There's a
that
bunch.
was
I found a bunch of
pure.
reproductions. Yeah, I think that may just had an extra one on that one.
I can't buy reproduction with a massive typo like that.
They'll send him over the edge.
Yeah, my OCD can't handle it. Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
You're good.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out the movie when it hits on streaming. That's one thing that we kind of ended our, well, I mean, the year is not officially over yet, but we ended our year the other night watching Joker 2 on streaming.
Yeah.
It wasn't the music that did it in, it was the poor story.
Yeah.
It
was pretty boring.
Yeah.
The music was great though. I mean, I
pretty good.
didn't have a problem with the musical aspect of it. I just didn't
This has to
boring.
be accurate because this is on a Packard Bell computer. Let's see.
Oh wow, Packard Bell.
Yeah, it's I don't see.
No.
Yeah, that okay. T Public that dude just lost his sale for adding in the extra space. Y'all need to proofread. Sorry. So yeah, I guess we'll jump into what we wanted to just discuss. I mean, like I said, tonight we're shooting the breeze. We're going to reflect on our year. A lot of things have happened this year for us all. Career changes, health scares, all kinds of things have gone on this year. And I know that sounds like old people talk. Hopefully we won't.
Well, I mean, it's something we can share. I mean, when anyone feels to divulge information into this, hey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we won't reveal where we work and all that jazz, but I guess the big, the first part of the year was really, I don't know, January and February were not overly exciting for the most part, except we were gearing up for the world premiere of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters fans everywhere were, well, most positive Ghostbusters fans we're looking forward to that. And then of course a lot of us met up in New York for the world premiere and got to meet all the cast and just had a great time hanging out with a bunch of friends up there. Our friends over at Yes Have Some podcast, YHS podcast, they put on a party, a private party for a bunch of us. Logan Kim was there, McKenna Grace was there, Gil Cannon, the director, Jason Reitman showed up, so a lot of Eric Reich. Right? No, did Jason show up?
No, Jason didn't show up at this one. He was
there
at
at
the
Afterlife.
Yeah,
my bad.
Eric was there. Then.
Eric Reich, the executive producer, was there. And just a bunch of friends we had never met in person from the Ghostbusters community. A lot of them that the one thing I love, and we've all been part of the Ghostbusters community for many, many years. I mean, going back 20 plus years, some of us, and it's really cool getting to meet the people you talk to online. And this goes for anything, but really within our tight-knit Ghostbusters community, where so many of us have been talking for years and years, finally getting to see these people in person and just picking up like you've known them the entire life. That was probably the highlight of the New York trip for me, was just getting to hang around with everybody. It was cool. McKenna Grace made a video on my phone for my daughter, and really freaked my daughter out because she loves McKenna. But that kind of stuff was cool. But it was all hanging out with all the friends and getting to see the movie first time in person up there.
And it was the first time Brock had been to the firehouse.
Mhm.
It's the first time he had seen it. So he had to have that first experience this year.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the first time I'd been back to New York since 1992. And I went in June back to New York, and we're going again in May for another work conference. So the
Making
first
up for
trip,
lost time.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first trip was on our dime. The last two, company dime. Love it. Well, not just.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
paying her way, but
Yeah.
but yeah, what about you, Bo? What we know what went on with Jess, and I know what went on with us.
Yeah.
Do you have anything right there at the beginning of the year that really sticks out to you?
No, nothing. I just had some hopeful changes kind of dashed that didn't happen when I wanted to, but then they kind of got put on later in the year. But first half of the year, like I said, I wanted to make the Frozen Empire trip, but unfortunately, I was at a weird place where it wouldn't have made sense financially and kind of other things. I'm gonna make the trip up there one of these days, maybe when the next sequel comes, which I'm sure is probably going to happen. But I'll make the pilgrimage up there one day. But yeah, first half of the year, that was, pretty much it. It was pretty much, I'd reached a point in my life where I was looking for some kind of change, and that's what led into, like you were talking about, career changes, which that happened in the middle of the year, so therefore, but yeah, beyond that, my 2024, at least the first half, I can say, yeah, like I said, I was excited about the movie, that happened. I'm trying to think what else, because it's like, now I reached that point where, was that this year or last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that weird time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the chat, if you're joining us live, let us know some things that happened for you guys at the beginning of the year. Anything exciting or anything that we can share on the stream with y'all?
I'm gonna have to look up some of the fun events of 2024 so we can remember them.
Well, during that first half of the year, I was busy working on my master's degree, finishing it up, my final semester, and I graduated with that in May, which was great. Trying to squeeze in. Well, no, the trip landed in spring break for me, didn't it?
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't have to work around anything.
Yeah, that was that was one of the benefits to that falling in the timeline for you to go during that time. Yeah.
Yeah. That was very good timing. As far as I don't know, Jess, what about you? Did anything at the beginning of the year really stick out for you that maybe I'd forgotten?
No, just I'm the same with you. The first part of the year was just the exciting part of going to New York in March, and you and I going together. We had a blast being able to get up there and be there together and see things, and being there with you. Because I had already been, a couple of years prior to New York, so I saw a lot of the Ghostbusters film locations. But I really got a lot of enjoy just being there with you for your first time to see a lot of those things, the firehouse, the apartment building, the church, the little things that we could see in the short amount of time that we were there. And, we always have fun when you and I go and do things like that together. And
I would hope
you're just, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, we have so much fun, doing things together like that and enjoying these parts of life that we get to experience. And I'm the same way as you. There's a lot of people that I have met online, through this community that I've been talking to. So it was also a lot of joy to finally meet a lot of these people in person too, as well. And then, I'm kind of, a lot of the things that are happening are kind of shared experiences between the two of us.
Yeah.
The things like seeing you go through your master's program and how hard I know, that you worked towards that, and being there to see you graduate and finally complete that, that was meant a lot to see you, get to that point and share that experience with you.
Well, I can say one thing we can reflect back on from our 2024. One of the things that got us a lot of attention was the earlier days of wrestling. You had the video of Rock in Birmingham, and then a few weeks later, was that before or after AEW? I can't remember.
That was
before.
That was in January.
Yeah. So that's one of the fun things I can say. The wrestling did us some good this year.
Hey,
Yeah, the Sting did his final his final AEW Dynamite when Bo
Yeah.
and I were up there for that show, and we uploaded that video to the channel there and got
boy, did that take off.
110,000 views. And I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
We got a lot of subscribers off that, and they've been disappointed ever since.
Well, it was like y'all were there and Brock was taking the video and immediately you uploaded it because nobody else.
As soon
Like,
as yeah.
we were like one of the first people, or like the few people that caught video of it because it was
Yeah.
after the cameras had.
Yeah, a couple of big
Oh.
channels like Wrestling Inc. and everything, they gave us credit,
Mhm.
and so that
Yeah.
really helped. And then everybody learned that we're not a wrestling podcast.
We're like a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah, we kind of touch on it all, but I would love to talk more about wrestling.
You know me.
Yeah, I know you.
You know me. I'm always up to talking about that. And that's another thing too. I mean, I just, trying to realize and think over the year. Yeah, January we had the SmackDown, which was the first time that we had the opportunity to take David and our kids and everything, to SmackDown so they could see that and experience that live. And we got surprised with The Rock. It was the first time I'd seen Roman Reigns, so it was a lot of fun. That
was a heavy
y'all
show
were there
for
too.
Birmingham.
Yeah, you and your son were there too as well. So that was a lot of we've had a lot of fun with our wrestling shows this year and things.
We've been to a few this year.
And
What?
not to jump too far ahead, but I finally got my selfie with Cody this year, which I was not. Look, I was not backing down. I probably
security guard.
I made security mad in Huntsville, and I apologize, but I'm sorry. I was not
moving.
Yeah.
I'm like, they were trying to tell me to leave. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm sorry. I'm not going to leave until he walks out of till I see him go back. I said, I'm going to stay right here because he'll come back over and he'll get a picture. He will not leave his fans hanging. So I got my Cody Rhodes picture this year.
Yeah. Ice Knight says Sting was better as a U.S. champ in WCW than a world champ. Changed my mind. I will defer to both.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong because when he was U.S. champ, he had less upper competition not politicking against him. You make a good point.
Yeah.
You make a good point. I mean, I'm still happy he did it. He made a better world champion than Surfer Sting, if you want to go with that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe his Crow Sting, it was cool, but it didn't really get to fill out just because of all the politics at the time. We need to sit down. That's all I say. We need to do a special wrestling episode. Even drag Kevin along just for him to be the outsider to kind of learn some new stuff.
Oh me. Yeah, lots of wrestling this year. Nothing really major in April. May is when everything happened. May was a roller coaster of a month.
Yeah.
For Jess and I, in early May, I graduated with my master's degree, which was awesome. The highest of the highs. And then 11 days later, I got a phone call no parent ever wants to get. And that's when my son went into cardiac arrest, playing basketball with his friends at school. That event, and before we get too far in it, he's fine. He's doing great. He's got a defibrillator now. But that was definitely the lowest, most traumatic point of the year. That was a rough few days, but he came through it okay. He's fine. But trying to get, he went into cardiac arrest 2 days before my daughter was giving her speech. She was graduating high school at the same time that he was going through all this. And so it was an absolute roller coaster. Me graduating with my master's, son went to cardiac arrest, daughter's trying to graduate high school and get through all that. He couldn't be a part of a lot of the things, but he made it progress. Woo, puberty again. He made it down to graduation and everything else. And like I said, he's doing fine.
Yeah.
He's had several checkups since then. Heart just got kind of out of rhythm while he was playing basketball. Which is happening to a lot of young people these days. There's a lot more young people going through, and I don't know if it's just social media amplifying all these things that are happening, or or what, but it just seems like more and more these days that's happening.
Well, there's always that one story every year of one kid dying during a football game or something like that. Yeah. Or having an event, where fortunately, like, Dave survived, everything is, it's one of them weird things. Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's definitely not a downer now.
Yeah.
It's not a downer now. But during that time, my son at the time was 15. He's 16 now. But he has the driest sense of humor, and he came off. He was sitting in the hospital. When it first happened, he's sitting there. Not his short-term memory was gone. His body had just counteracting everything and helping him to forget what happened. He's like, man, I was dying for you to get here. When we all showed up at the hospital.
Yeah.
He took it in stride. Which is a testament to his sense of humor and how he deals with things. But yeah, he's totally fine now and doing well, and back to playing not as hard of basketball. He has to take it easy, but he's able to do those things again and keep in shape, which that was one thing that was bumming him out. He's like, I'm getting fat. I can't walk or do anything. Like, you just got to wait until you heal from the defibrillator surgery and all this stuff. But yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. But May, like I said, was definitely a roller coaster of going through 2 graduations, heart failure, heart recovery, and then my boss at work quit. He resigned to go elsewhere, and that began the rest of the year's roller coaster. I took on the interim director's position at work for my department and my team and my institute. And well, I went half a year wondering what was going to happen. And so a couple of weeks ago, ending 2024 on a high note, I was able to remove the interim from my title. And so I'm now a communications director.
Yeah.
So excited about that. Oh, Caitlin!
Look at her.
Caitlin!
Hey.
You just mentioned her earlier. That's funny.
Yeah. She said, I finally get to catch a stream. Love and miss y'all. We love and miss you too.
She's still holding it together down there at Muppet Vision 3D for now.
For as long as they'll let her. Kaylin, so good to see you, girl.
Glad you could join us tonight.
Yeah, we miss you up here for sure. Hopefully we get the chance to see you soon. But yeah, that's pretty much the roller coaster of the year for me. It was just going through my son's stuff and graduating and going through that little bit of a career change. I didn't change. Ice Knight says all that my blood pressure would be through the roof. It was I'm glad that May is over. I'll just leave it at that. It was definitely a time that I never want to have to go through again. But yeah, I didn't change jobs per se or whatever. I just got a promotion at my job, which was awesome. So looking forward to starting out the new year. I'm literally gonna be a boss.
That's right. He is the boss.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll have a great team under me now, and it's good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. A lot of other things happened throughout the year. Let you guys pick up and talking too much.
Like I said, midway through the year, I changed jobs. I went from one job of one type of manufacturing to some another. Like I said, I'm not going to dox myself. Those who know me, you know what happened with me.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, it's
Bo knows what he did.
It's weird. It's weird after 20 years at being one place and going to somewhere else. But it was something I needed. Let's see. Beyond that, let's see. Fortunately, I haven't had any scares or anything like that. You guys have dealt with. Went to my 25-year high school reunion since we're talking about, Y2K.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, my 30th's coming up next year, so hey.
Yeah, it happens quick.
So Ice Knight says, what type of whip do you need, Brock, for the manager position? You know what? I've been playing a lot of Indiana Jones the last few days. I've been on vacation. The Great Circle.
Where in the timeline of the Indiana Jones lore does that take place in?
After Raiders.
Okay.
I don't
I know. There's the a lot of the German soldiers throughout it, so I would say it's at least pre Last Crusade.
I think it is because they mention his dad. They definitely mention his dad. I can't remember the context they mention him, but they do allude. He hasn't mentioned Short Round yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think there's been
Troy Baker's Indy in this, right?
Yeah, this is, and sorry for the video game tangent, y'all.
Yeah.
Troy Baker voices Harrison, and I thought it was Harrison. Troy's just that good. He's good in almost everything he does.
Oh yeah, dude's solid. Yeah.
But yeah, the video game recreation of Indy looks spot on as Harrison.
I'm sure Harrison was just like, whatever. They sell toys on me here. Just cut me a check, you know.
Harrison showed up with Bethesda and Troy at some sort of introduction to it, and he's like, if I would have known he was going to be this good, I would have done it myself. So he had Harrison's full approval. Ice Knights. Yeah, Troy Baker's really taken off. Yeah, he has.
Here you go.
Caitlin says, thinking on Indiana Jones, I also work the Epic Stunt Show. We have been extremely busy. In the past several times I've been there, an old lady has fallen down the stairs.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't expect that. Well, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Did she come up on was she on stage, on the stairs on the stage and fell down, or just fell down in the theater seats?
Probably just in the audience.
The audience.
I had a fedora I bought from there when I went through a trip to Disney when I was in high school. I wish I could find that thing. I don't know whatever happened to it. No, they just fall.
Okay.
All right. So if you're going to go see Caitlin at the Indiana Jones stunt show, don't be elderly.
Indiana Jones and the struggle with gravity. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's say that's one of the last shows. An old lady fell down going down the stairs and she dropped her popsicle. That's the travesty.
Yeah.
They proceeded to try to eat the popsicle. She dropped on the ground. I did not let that happen. I guess she reverted back to her 5-second rule of her youth.
Well, I don't know. A major theme part where a lot of people are walking, that would make me severely doubt the 5-second rule. You mean maybe a 5-millisecond rule? You know?
She probably said, I spent X amount of money on this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, Disney, you definitely going to drop a dime on a popsicle and everything. But yeah, so there's the aside for the conversation. Wrapping up 2024. If you need something fun to do heading into the new year, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's a solid game. I did not expect it to be as good as it is.
I watched a couple of my friends stream it, and I guess I've enjoyed watching them play it. I'll play it eventually.
Oh, okay. Caitlin says between that and finding excrement in the theater, it's wild over there.
Little things that you learn that you never know, right?
Okay, we told y'all this show was just going to be a roller coaster.
Wow.
So, all right, so
it belongs in a museum.
So my ex-wife and I were driving. We were living in East Alabama for a few years, and we were driving down to see my mom. And in Russell County, down near Phoenix City, there's an elementary school on Highway 431 as you're going towards Dothan. And Bo, you'll appreciate the name of the school. I'll dox the school. It's Oliver Primary School. And Ice Nice says, Caitlin, do you need hazard pay for that? Yes.
Biohazard pay.
So we're driving past Oliver Elementary or whatever school it was. And it was at Christmas, and my ex-wife and I were driving, and at the school they had, the sign that you could change out the letters.
Of course.
Well, the school had put out the message holiday excitement on both sides. And as we were driving past, somebody had changed one of the sides to holiday excrement.
I figured that's where that was going. I knew that was going.
We laughed about that the entire trip. So thanks for reminding me of that, Caitlin.
Wow.
That's not an endorsement to go do that.
No. You know,
Oh.
Besides, I think most of them are digital now, so you can't go around changing letters.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
hack them.
Oh, of course you
Oh,
can.
you can hack them.
it's, for this time of year, keep the Yule log as something that burns in the fireplace.
Yes. Oh my gosh, where were we? This is what we do
Who
at
knows?
Bama Geeks. If you're
Yes.
not familiar with us, we just kind of go off the rails sometimes.
It's okay. It's like I said, it's a lot like this last week of the year. We're just
Yeah,
a little, we're here. We're not really sure where we're at, but we
Yeah.
kind of, we know we're here and just hanging out and,
Let's see. Caitlin says several years ago, when I was still in high school for homecoming one year, somebody spray painted very inappropriate images on the Hueytown High School sign.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised in the least. We went around changing letters on signs back in my day. So,
I'm not touching that one. I will tell you one thing funny that my my high school principal did. I shouldn't have said that, because if you know where I went to school, then you'll know who I'm talking about. But we were in class one day, and one of our science classes, they had a team competition somewhere, and they had they had a competition called Name That Organism, guessing what bacteria or whatever that it was. Well, our high school principal at the time, he was on up in age, and he was doing the morning announcements. Congratulations to the 7th and 8th grade science teams for winning Name That Orgasm. And you heard the whole school erupt.
Wow. So he had to go to the superintendent's office, I guess.
He was the superintendent too. That's the thing.
Oh.
He was the principal and the superintendent.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
what are they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah. I love it. We saw him at the 30th, my 30th reunion. We saw him. He was still doing well.
Wow.
So hopefully nobody reminds him of that, though. I know that had to be embarrassing for him, but it was. Yeah, I mean, you heard every classroom just bust out laughing.
Oh,
up and down the
man. That had to
hallway.
be wonderful. That had to be hilarious.
Oh, poor guy. But it made for a great memory that that still sticks this day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! So yeah. Anyway, so Bo, you had a career change.
Yeah. Got all that.
Up. Caitlin says, when I worked at the Birmingham Zoo teaching summer camp, we had an incident like that, and we were teaching the middle school group, and they don't let you forget that if you accidentally say that.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. Oh, like I said, if you're just joining us in the stream or whatever, or catching us afterwards, we're just kind of reflecting on the year that was, and
We're just
kind of
hanging.
going off the rails because it's a year-end show. We didn't want to do any heavy topics or anything.
We could have done a clip show,
Yeah.
The clip
Good
show, yeah.
Yeah, the sitcom trope of the 90s.
Yeah.
But I think it's been a pretty fun year for the podcast. I
Mhm.
mean, we've just started, doing these live streams this year, which has been, I feel like it's kind of reinvigorated us a little bit.
It's a fun
The
shot
live
in the
streams
arm.
have been a fun thing to do, and the engagement that's taking place in a lot of these live streams have just made for some of the best episodes, and for
Mhm.
just like I said, we enjoy interacting with y'all. We enjoy the engagement, and us starting to do that this year, I think, has really made a difference in things. And
It really has. Our watch hours are up considerably.
Mhm.
And I love having people in here in the chat to tell us things that they've experienced or whatever. It's always, I just love talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And, Gary's been a great guest this year for us on the podcast. A good old Gary. I mean, I've enjoyed the times. We've also had our friends from, Friday Night Frights on this year. So a lot of
Mhm.
Joe
Well-
Crow.
Joe Crow has joined us. You're right. So we had a lot of great guests this year and a lot of fun interactions and time spent with them and y'all. So, we look forward to what awaits us next year. Hopefully, some new things for the podcast, something will come about. And just
What else you planning?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, you never know.
I
Sometimes
got
some things
interesting-
sometimes things just happen, and they happen organically and naturally, and it's just but it's been fun. I think it's been a really fun year for us.
Caitlin said one sad thing about this year is
Yep.
no one threw up during the Christmas parade. I wonder who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caitlin graced us with her acidic presence
Mhm.
Right.
last year during one of our Christmas parades for the Alabama Ghostbusters, and nobody did it this year. But I'm telling you, Caitlin, I don't know if you called it earlier at
Oh, yeah.
the beginning of the stream. I am feeling a little bit nauseous as we do this. So if I
Regurgitation has
vomit,
been a theme for this.
Yeah, it has really.
and I'm not one to just really talk about bodily function. That's not my joy. But if I vomit during the stream, you have to leave a super chat. That's the goal for this stream. If Brock vomits, we pay. And nobody will. They're just gonna.
Hey.
Oh me.
Just
So-
trying to, just trying to think of over some, some highlights from the year.
We had some fun cons this year.
Yeah, we
for
have.
sure.
Of course, Dragon Con is always the big one for us, and more so just for the time that we get to spend with our friends there for those days that we're in Atlanta for Dragon Con. So that's always a yearly thing that is always we anticipate, we enjoy being a part of, and yeah.
I said I call it my nerd family reunion every year. It's like I said, beyond that, if it wasn't for a lot of the people I see there, I wouldn't go probably now. I mean, it's fun to go, but it's also I'm getting old. Like I said, we need our retirement con or something where we can all just go and
Yeah.
We'll hold that at the Brookwood Mall.
yeah.
It's sitting empty. Why don't we do that?
Sure.
Which is sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
But we were, Christmas was kind of I was talking about it on, Patreon earlier. I usually try to take off some time around Christmas, but I didn't this year. I'm trying to save vacation time for things going into next year. So it's been kind of like work, off Christmas, work. So I've been feeling a little rushed, but for the time that I did get to spend like on Christmas, I'm going to tell you this. I watched Gremlins on Christmas Day.
Yes, we did.
And I'm here to say that it's all Corey Feldman's fault.
Everything is.
Well, had he not been clumsy and spilt his glass of water on Gizmo, this would have never happened. So Corey Feldman is to blame. That's all I got to say now. I mean, I've seen Gremlins for like,
But you
it's
didn't
one of
realize
my-
it was Corey.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies, but I really thought about that this year when I watched it. So it's all his fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then we realized Jonathan Banks was in there, which is the first time I ever took notice of that. So Jonathan Banks, who was also, Mike Ehrmantraut in the Breaking Bad series, fantastic. Love Jonathan Banks in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Never knew he was in Gremlins until this year, till I really caught it. So
Yep. Ice Knight says he's got a question. Is Dragon Con named after UAB? No, it is not.
Nope.
It just it started off as a huge it still is a sci-fi and fantasy convention, but dragon lore, things of that nature is what it was named after.
D&D type stuff. Like it was like a science fiction convention, and then it just eventually become to like a big pop culture thing. And plus, I want to say UAB was having a little con there for a couple of years, but then I don't know what happened to it. Yes.
there's
Caitlin says go Blazers. That's
right.
right.
Yeah, look up Dragon Con, Atlanta, Georgia. You will find out all you need to know about it.
It's been around a long time. And
That's what 30 plus years.
Yeah, I think so.
I know it's
Started
at least
in-
30.
Yeah. I regret not buying an eternal membership when I first started going in 2009, because it was
$400 or $500, wasn't it?
Yeah, $400 or $500. Now it's like $4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
Could have saved so much money. But Bo, did you get your passes for Dragon Con this year?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, yeah, we are too.
I got mine before the last price increase, because
That's when we did it. Yeah,
I meant to do it a couple of weeks after, and I was like, I'll do it. And then I saw the message. I was like, I need to go ahead and do that. So
yeah,
I
the
took care of that.
The email was a reminder. Hey, if you don't want to pay 60 extra bucks. Yeah.
And I've got the vacation day request already submitted. They haven't done it because it's got to be processed after the first of the year, but I made sure I was one of the first people that asked.
Yeah.
So
For that Wednesday?
For the that falls into that rotation where I would have worked that Wednesday, Thursday, and then been off that weekend, and then worked that Tuesday. So I just took Wednesday, Thursday, and then Tuesday. So we're good.
Yeah, we're actually going to Dragon Con for the first time on Wednesday next year.
Yeah.
Be a little bit later in the evening because just no vacation time over there.
That's honestly that might be better.
Yeah.
Because think about it, all the traffic will be on its way out when we're on our way in.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And then we can sleep in Thursday morning and I'll have to drive, which would be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be the first time we don't leave the house at 6 a.m. for Dragon Con in a long time, or 7.
Well, that's the cool thing about it. Like I said, we can leave that Wednesday. We have no big rush,
It's just going to be nice to get in and get checked in and not have to okay, throw it down. Now we got to go stand in line for badges.
Yep.
And it's just
hit the ground running.
Yeah. We'll just be ready to go. So.
Yeah. So that'll be a good time. We had a great time this year at Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chase.
Yeah.
Chase says getting there Wednesday is the best. I bet it is, and we're going to finally experience that.
Yeah.
So hopefully all of us can get together to Chase that Wednesday night. And,
right.
Dinner and stuff, and a little bit more relaxed.
Yep.
Skylar, that badge line, buddy. Let me.
Let's
tell you with tales of the badge line. The badge line now is so much better. When we were first going, and you had your blue cards. They didn't have QR codes or anything. You had to stand in that line for 3-4 hours sometimes to get in while they did everything manually.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was atrocious. It's so much better now.
Yeah.
My first Dragon Con, I went for the one day that Saturday, and we did a parade that morning. But I remember I got up at like 4 or 5 that morning to get in line to get my badge so I could do the parade.
Yeah.
Longest day of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you drove back later that night.
Yes, drove back that night and had to take a nap halfway home. I crashed in the Home Depot parking lot in, Anniston? Yeah.
Both said never again.
Yes, never again. That's when it became the whole weekend.
Yep. But Huntsville was fun this year. We got to meet Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm. Tara Strong. That's where we got our little our recording, our intro that you see now that pops up.
Yep, that's where Tara did that for us. We're going to try to get some more guests at this next at the next Huntsville convention. We don't have our passes yet. We got to buy those, but we do have our room and everything taken care of. And we've got Shane is taking care of the fan table and everything for us. But I mean, Ernie Hudson's going to be there. Be great to see him again. We saw him I got to talk to him for a couple seconds at the premiere back in March.
That's the first time I've seen Ernie since, I want to say Atrox.
Wow. And Caitlin says, I swear I'm going to do everything in my power to be at Huntsville next year. I've got to meet Ernie Hudson to get my Proton pack signed. Absolutely, you do. Ernie's, I've got his signature on the back of my pack as well.
Yep.
Ernie's going to be there. Jody Benson, Little Mermaid. I don't know what else I'm going to get signed from her. I've got everything under the sun signed from her. But, I do have a picture that's signed, not this one. I've got one that's signed by Pat Carroll, Ursula. But I was gifted a second Ursula signed photo that's got Ariel on it. So I'm going to get that one signed so I can have both Jody and Pat, since Pat's no longer with us. But yeah, they're bringing out some really good guests.
Weird Al.
Yeah. That's why we're getting the VIP tickets, because of Weird Al.
Yep.
And then Magic City Con's going to make its return in July.
Hopefully they start kind of rolling out information, which I understand, they're.
I've spoken with them, and the Alabama Ghostbusters are good to go for Magic City Con. So we'll be there for that. When is the dates
on that? Maybe I hate to do plans.
Late July.
Oh, July.
Late July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check my schedule, make sure I'm lined up for it.
Yeah. So we'll be there again. And then, of course, Iron City Comic Con, Alabama Comic Con were both really fun this year. We got Danhausen to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Sting, Kevin Nash.
Oh, is that for Birmingham? I didn't even look at that.
Last year.
This past year. Yeah. So we had some good guests there and some good times. with everybody at those cons. Um, what else is coming up?
Are you talking about into next year?
Yeah.
Well,
that's-
for
What I mean, what were some things that we did this year, con wise? That was really it.
That's been about it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alabama, Iron City,
Mm-hmm.
Huntsville, Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Won't do CamiCon. That's
It's a little out of our wheelhouse.
yeah. We're not anime folks.
Nothing wrong with that. Just that's we're not
Yeah.
the core group
Yeah,
that's
Yeah. It's like I said, not our thing.
We're not the demographic.
yeah.
Well, we do know some people our age who were heavily into it, but
Well, I know
and
it's not an age
fine,
thing. It's
but
just not our interest.
yeah. Golly, what else? What else happened this year that I've already spilled my tea on everything?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, everything you were a part of, I was a part of too. So
Yeah.
we have that shared.
Well, except that when I did get to go to I did get to go
Oh,
back to New York
yes,
in
yes.
June
Mhm.
and got to be like just a handful of feet away from Ryan Reynolds for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he looked at me, but that's fine. um, he was at my work conference and gave a great keynote. It's really interesting. You know, Ryan Reynolds has never been my favorite actor because I think he's pretty crude. And it took me until this year to actually appreciate like Deadpool. Seeing Deadpool and Wolverine really kind of went, you know what, that was good. We did a review a few episodes back, go look for it. But getting to hear him in like a business mind and talk about the way he does marketing and how he handles his business adventures,
Mm-hmm.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was neat to hear him talk about that. And like I said, didn't hurt that I got to, count the pores on his face for an hour. By the way, don't look.
And then your other New York experience that you got to, your other New York experience you got to do without me.
Back to the Future, the musical,
Mhm.
which was awesome. Awesome. It's leaving Broadway January 5th. So if you haven't seen it yet, you got till like next week.
You gotta make that quick trip to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's touring.
Mhm.
It's going around and it's going to be hitting several places close to here. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
So maybe one day it'll come to Birmingham.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
I mean, it's
eventually it will,
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not get the grand production that the initial thing, but
We have heard that it doesn't stray too far. It doesn't stray far at all, hardly
Yeah.
from the Broadway version.
Yeah, a couple of friends who have seen it on Broadway and like in Chicago and LA
Mhm.
said it's pretty much the same show, which is good
Okay.
news. I won't tell Jessica anything about it.
No,
Um,
no, he won't. He wants to talk about it so bad, but only person he can really talk. Well, the only person
talk
he
to
can really
Kevin
talk
about
about it was Kevin because Kevin's seen it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Skylar says he saw Back to the Future in November. It was great. Definitely see it when it comes to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Crossing fingers that it does.
Yep.
And Caitlin says, if you like horror movies and musicals, I highly recommend Evil Dead the musical. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see. I've heard of it. I've heard it's great. I want to watch it eventually.
She says it's fantastic. It stays really true to the first and second movie and has Bruce Campbell's approval. That's all
Okay.
you need right there.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
If it's groovy, baby. Absolutely. I don't know what we're going to go see when we go back to New York in May.
Mhm.
I'm letting my daughter pick that one out. I've got to be at the conference, all week, but she and Jess are going to be hitting Manhattan all around.
Mhm.
My daughter's going back to New York like this weekend,
Yeah.
this upcoming weekend. She and a friend are going up there, which kind of scares me. But at the same time, her friend's grandparents live up there, so it's I'm a little bit more at ease. But still, my daughter going to be running around New York, just her and her friend. But she'll be fine.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
She's already been there once
Hmm.
this year. That's where they went for their senior trip. But yeah,
I
Wow, are you tapped out?
I hate to say that I am, but in a sense, kind of am. I mean, it's just been. I think I've hit the highlights and the high points of the things that have taken place this year.
You got anything for this year, Bo? Any other reflections?
Well, let's see. For my, like I said, it was good to see one of the bands I've wanted to see forever in a long time live. I got to see Limp Bizkit live, which was well worth it. And Corey Feldman, by the way, which
Yeah.
yes, it all started because of Corey Feldman. He did start the concert, so that was fun. That was cool. It was one of them like things where it's one of them I jammed out to when I was a teenager, and I was like, hey, it's cool to finally see them. Beyond that, I guess it just made some changes. We're going to see how some other decisions go. And I guess I've reached total middle-aged manhood. I'm doing fun stuff around the house, working on my vehicle. I'm also on top of playing video games. So don't worry, I haven't lost all my coolness yet. I mean,
getting into the grilling stuff. And
smoking
like that,
meats and stuff like that. Yes.
Still waiting on that invitation.
Yes, I'm still waiting because it's one of the things I do it, but then it'll be a couple months before I get to go again. And I'm still well, but my stepdad, he told me, he goes, I'm being hard on myself because I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, this ain't this great. He's like, dude, you're cooking good. You should, because I've always been I'm testing on my family first before I do it to my friends because I don't want to. My friends will be a little bit more brutally honest.
Here, son, come get some salmonella.
Yeah, no. I am that is one of those things. Even when I cook something small, I am make sure it's the right temperature to a T because I am so terrified of getting someone sick with my cooking. That's because I'll wash my hands 60 times while I'm cooking. Even if I touch one thing, I go back and wash my hands. That's how I've always been. I'm a stickler for making sure if I've cooked it for you, I guarantee you it's going to be clean and the right temperature. You ain't got to worry about that. So,
hey Jess, you want to make a confession?
Uh-oh. About
salmonella?
Oh man. I didn't get salmonella poisoning, thank you.
Shit.
I thought that I did, and I thought I did something that would have caused me to have it, but thankfully I didn't. So it had to do with cooking chicken one night and everything.
Oh, tell the story.
Oh, no.
Come on, embarrass yourself. We're Gen X. We're all about self-deprecation.
So, okay. So I have a particular chicken that I make, and I have to mix up, the things that I spread on top of the chicken and everything. And I will tell you, Bo, it consists of mayonnaise and Parmesan cheese and seasoning salt and garlic powder, so I mix that all together and I put it on top of the chicken. And usually after I do, the mixture, I'll it's good. So I'll just take a little, bite of that or whatever. Well, I started, I took my spoon, spread it across the chicken. And look, I took the spoon after I touched the chicken. I went, oh.
She immediately dropped and went, oh no. I looked back, looked in the kitchen and went, what's wrong? She's like, I've been touching this chicken, raw chicken, and I just licked the spoon. So she immediately starts panicking.
Flushing my, water and soap and mouthwash and everything.
Yeah, you kind of danced with the fire, but you didn't get burned, thankfully.
She didn't get burned, thankfully.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh no, what did I just do? Why did I do that? What was I thinking? I was like,
it's because mayonnaise is evil.
Mayonnaise is so good.
Which, in confession, now that I cook and do all this stuff, I do use mayonnaise to toast my buns for burgers and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
In full confession, it works. It works great. It actually works a little bit better than butter, in my opinion.
I just thought of something though. In our year recap that I didn't bring up before. But my first WWE PLE event went to Bad Blood in Atlanta. So, yeah, I just thought about that.
Caitlin, for shame.
No, not
Hashtag down with Mayo.
No, I'm
all
Team
right,
Mayo. Team Mayo.
Yeah, we're Team Mayo. And Bo's on your side, Caitlin.
I'm also Team Pickle. And
no, I'm not on your side.
Pickles are wonderful, yes.
See?
Like I said, my problem with mayo is still I swear, whenever I order somewhere, I was like, no mayo, they hear, oh, you want all the mayo we have on your sandwich?
You want extra mayo.
That's it. And it's a texture thing, not the flavor, it's the texture.
Kind of like the snowballs and the Twinkies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, first WWE PLE event, Bad Blood, and I got to see CM Punk for the first time, Yay. And the best match of the year. It was wonderful. Fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
it says pickles do not equal mayo.
well, no, but so that's another thing I just remembered in our recap of 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what did we go to 5 shows within a year?
Man,
5 WWE shows.
We were putting some money in WWE's pockets this year.
Yeah, not that they
need
they're
it,
not needing it right now.
but we were definitely contributing to the gates and to the attendance records. Oh, that's right.
Skylar says Mark and Jess also judged their first floral design contest as a favor for me in 2024.
And
Yes, we did,
and we were so happy to do it.
Your students did such a wonderful job, man. That was hard to pick.
And I got a T-shirt
That she still wears all the time.
I do wear.
Yeah.
I still wear it.
So, yeah, that was awesome, Skylar. Thank you. Oh, so before I'm going to ask the question to my wife and Bessie here, what things that they're looking forward to for 2025, and while they stew on things to come, again in the chat, if you want to chime in at any point with and we're probably not going to be on too much longer, but if you've got anything that you want to share good or something definitely significant that happened to you in 2024, drop it in the chat. And if you're watching this after the live stream, leave it in a comment. We'll reply and we'll definitely see them. So if things that you're looking forward to in 2025, definitely drop those in the chat as well. We want to hear from you. What things are you looking forward to? Because we love to share everybody's hopes and dreams and embarrassments.
Yeah, we can share embarrassments. I just did,
chicken spoon licking and everything else.
Yeah. Chicken spoon licking.
There's our rap album. Never drop one. That's the title there.
Well, and even though he's not here, I know Kevin's has had a great year.
Yes, he's had a very eventful year.
Yeah, he just got back from Europe.
Yeah.
From Poland and Germany and all, and so he had a great time. Yep, there you go. Caitlin had a great year too. He placed best in show at CamiCon, graduated college, and started working for the Mouse. Yeah, that's a great year, Caitlin. So, well, like I said, we miss you terribly up here, but we're very grateful that you're getting to do the things that you want, especially down there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a eventful time of life for you to have opportunities like that. Jump at them. I don't fault anybody for doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jess and I and Shane, we all went to Caitlin's graduation and got to see her off, and then that's the last time we saw her.
Yeah,
she immediately took off to the Mouse. So hope we get to see you soon. Maybe we'll try to come down there. Maybe we can schedule a quick weekend trip or something in 2025. We meant to do that with the Universal Studios, the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire house at Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal.
Speaking of which, I finally opened it. It's hanging up over here on my side. I finally opened the lanyard Darnay got.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that thing is. I love the raised lettering on it. That thing's very nice.
Thanks Darnay for those. By the way, yeah,
very much. That was a cool gift from him. We appreciate that. Well, so 2025. What are we looking forward to?
It's weird. Like I'm so live by the moment. Like I'm not an impulsive person, but like I'm just like, oh hey, we're doing this. Okay, cool. That's how I am. My wife's like, because like I think we may be doing a trip for the Mouse, but I don't know if she's made up her mind which one we're doing, if we're going to Orlando or out west. So
hitting the land.
Yeah, that's something. Her and her cousins become one of those go to Disney every chance she can. So. And now my wife went with her last year. They did a girls trip, which I'm glad for. As I told her, I go to Dragon Con all the time. You go have fun, do your thing too. So now they're looking into probably maybe going to the land, which it's cool with me. I've been to Disney World. I haven't been to Disney World since our honeymoon, but I've never been to land, which I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious to see the differences.
Yeah, I've never been to Disneyland either, and I would love to go out there. We owe Robin and Sean a trip out there to see them.
Yeah, so that is true. If we do go to the land, I might see if she'll let me go to Sony Studios. Might be a happy compromise. I can sneak over there to
absolutely
the Ghost Corps.
Yeah,
they do studio tours, but you've got an inside track to maybe getting a little bit extra.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what. I didn't think about that till now. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd love to go back to Sony. That was a fun trip back in 2016.
Yeah, like I said, I know that, and there's a couple of concerts I want to see. You know, my eccentric taste in music. You know, there's going to do that.
We all four of us have got Weird Al in concert
Yes.
next year
Yes,
coming up. We're all going to be there.
which I think is on a Sunday that we're supposed to record.
We'll push that back.
Yeah.
I thought it was on a Saturday. I thought it was on a Saturday.
I thought I may have misread the date on my tickets. I could be
Okay.
I don't
wrong.
even know the date. I just know that it's
Yeah.
incredibly hot in July
Yeah.
outside in Huntsville.
It's close to your birthday.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
this
it
will be
is
my-
like the day before or
Yeah.
day after.
No, I think it's on a Saturday. But
Okay, I might be wrong. That's good if it's on a Saturday because I was
Yeah.
off that weekend either way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be my first time seeing Al live, and of course, it'll be my son's first time seeing Al. So that's going to be a good, nice, special family moment there.
Yep.
Yeah,
My wife's coming along with us. She suffers our Weird Al enjoyment. It's
Well, I mean, if you want to meet him, it's going to be in Huntsville.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh yeah, though that's definitely happening. There's
Yeah.
no doubt that's happening.
You know, his line's going to be terribly long,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but that's why we're going to get the VIP passes this year.
Yeah.
But what are you eyeballing anybody for concerts outside of Weird Al?
Disturbed. That's one
Okay.
of them. And I haven't made up my mind, but I want to say that 80s one I showed y'all, it was Toto with
Oh,
Christopher
yeah.
Cross and Men
Yeah.
at Work.
Yeah.
Is that
That-
what is that going to be at the new amphitheater?
Yes, the new amphitheater, yes.
here in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? Okay. I just saw the lineup, but I didn't actually see the location.
Yeah.
Or I didn't catch it. So
I knew Toto was coming. I guess I glossed over Men at Work. I
Yeah.
would not mind that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
We saw Toto this year with Journey.
Yeah.
The BJCC. Man, what a show! They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
so much fun.
It was good.
Yeah,
Bunch of old
I'm loving,
geezers.
like, I know these guys are all getting up there in their years, but hey, they're still touring. I'm all for it. And I'm sure there'll be something else that comes I want to see. But I know, like I said, those were the two I'm interested in. I ain't got tickets yet. I'll buy them because I've reached that age now where, like, I don't have to be up close. I can be in the nosebleeds. I just want to be there.
Hey, we love us some nosebleed seats. Okay.
Yeah, we've done that for a lot of things recently.
I say on concerts, that's what we talked about with our friends the other night, but you got the Lincoln Park one coming up next year.
Mm-hmm. Sure do. Yes. Yep.
Oh, I'm so happy. We got the Nashville date for Lincoln Park, and we're sitting in the top, but I don't care. I have
Bridgestone's
not
a good place to see a concert.
I have not been to Bridgestone.
I'm neither. No.
But I can't remember if I bought the parking package or not. We need to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we also got to figure out hotels.
Oh,
but-
there's plenty around it. Like there's a convention center across, like that whole they Nashville did a good job planning out their entertainment district.
Mhm.
Okay, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, we don't make it to Nashville often, but I have not seen Linkin Park in concert. I saw them in 07 and 08 for the Project Revolution tours in Atlanta. That was the last time I saw them. And when they announced that their tour was happening, I did not waste
Yeah.
any time jumping on Ticketmaster for
Yeah.
Nashville.
The day I saw that, I didn't even waste the time asking because I knew it was going to be
Yeah.
a guarantee that you'd already bought them. You were waiting in queue.
I don't even think I told Jess that I had bought them already.
You didn't?
Yeah.
No.
She's like, you're
You
going to
told
get
me-
Linkin Park tickets? I'm like, I did already.
Yeah.
There was no question about it.
I didn't know they had gone on sale yet. I mean, I knew that when I knew that when they were, that he was getting them. There wasn't no question about that. I just didn't know it had already happened. So
Yeah. She didn't know
Yeah.
they were on sale. She goes, when are you buying Linkin Park tickets? I'm like, I did like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I actually I renewed my LP Underground
Mhm.
membership just to get that pre-sale code.
Mhm.
It's like
yeah, I've seen 2 concerts at Bridgestone, and it's a good setup if they do the in-stage setup and just depend. But even like the upper deck, it's still
it's in the middle. Stage is in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's a good circuit. Oh, good deal. Okay, cool. Yeah. I've been the 2 shows I've been there, both been in-stage setups, but I mean that'll be good. Like I said, it's a big arena, but it doesn't feel that big. You know what I mean? It feels a little bit bigger than the BJCC, but it's a good place to see a concert. I highly I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's she'll tell you I play Linkin Park's new album about once a day.
Yeah.
It's only 32 minutes long, but
Yeah.
it encapsulates the every era of Linkin Park. It's fantastic.
Have they released any like versions of her of the new singer? Is Emily right?
Emily Armstrong. Yeah.
Emily, have they done any like re-released any of the other songs now with her doing the lead vocals yet?
Not officially, but
yeah,
but they've been posting concert footage on their YouTube channel.
Okay,
so
I'm curious
you
because I want to hear her take on some of the older stuff. I'm very curious.
I've been hesitant.
Yeah, I get that.
I kind of want to be surprised in Nashville.
No.
So, but yeah, that's that and Weird Al, the two concerts we're looking forward to in 2025. We've talked about, Dragon Con. We got some people who haven't been to Dragon Con in a while that may be showing back up that we're excited about.
Yeah.
Excuse me, some friends of ours. And then the Huntsville Con is going to be.
Yeah, Huntsville Con's going to be it's going to be a good one this year.
Stupidly good.
They're still not done, with guest announcements. So they've been hitting those out of the park. So looking forward to that one again this year. This coming up year.
Yeah, and personal things, like I said, I did get a promotion to a director's position at work, which I'm excited about. So that's a new adventure. First time ever really being a boss. I'm not counting that year or so I was a night shift manager at Zaxby's in Opelika when Rookie.
How long ago was that now?
2013.
Wow, that's been that long. Holy crap. I
2012.
remember when you did that. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. And poor Rookie. We ought to have him on at one point just to tell the horror stories I put him through.
We need to that's something we need to for many reasons. We need to get him on this podcast.
If we get David Rookie Rayleigh on the podcast, I really hope that you will join us for probably a good couple of hours.
Yeah.
Make that an extended episode.
That'll be an extended episode. Rookie has funny stories and is an incredibly talented storyteller.
Yeah.
But he also talks an awful lot. So we love you, Rook, and we love talking to you. And so we need to try to have him on and just do a
kind of like an Alabama Ghostbusters kind of
retrospective.
Ghostbusters kind of thing.
Yeah. Love Rookie. Boy, he can tell some dudes, and he would probably. I would love to hear his take on what I put him through at Zaxby's. Because nobody else would go clean up a mess that somebody made in the corner one night. And I'm like, Rook, nobody else is doing it. Would you mind? Yeah, sure. He had to go. I mean, somebody made a mess, left their underwear in that mess.
Wow.
Oh gosh, poor Rook.
Poor Rook. I felt horrible, but I was a manager. I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to do it.
I made sure he got an extra free meal that night because that boy could pack away some food at that point in time, being at the end of high school, with that metabolism.
Like I said, all our folks here we got visiting in our chat and all be good folks we need to have. Especially, like I said, I call that on myself on Chase. I'm sorry on the Star Wars thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication and all that. So that was, I'll call that on me. Like I said, because I didn't think about it. I was like, night. I was like, yeah, I guess, yeah. And then, hey, I messaged him. And, like I said, the plans weren't made. So, but I mean, we need to have Chase on here. Of course, Caitlin would be wonderful to have. And of course, anyway, that's the cool thing about it. I want people to be, watching and talk with us, but also be in with us.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'd love to have some of our friends in the chat with us, and all, or not in the chat, but on the stream with us at some point. Yeah. So maybe we'll reach out. And on that note, if you're watching and you're interested ever being a guest on the podcast, I know we've been like front porch banter tonight. We usually have a topic every episode, but if you're interested in ever being on the podcast, just go to BamaGeeks.com, and there's actually a link on there that says "Be a guest."
Be our guest. Be our guest.
We don't have gray stuff. Well, I mean, I do up here and in the beard,
in the hair,
and the hair got gray stuff. But if you go to BamaGeeks.com and click on "Be a guest," that's a form that will get routed to our email, and just fill that out, and we'll see about having you on in case anybody wants to do that. We'll be glad to do that. Plus, it also, if you upload a picture and everything, that gets it onto our website, so we can we can add you to specific episodes. So when people go look and see who's been on the podcast, they can click on somebody and see what episodes they've been in.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a really cool feature. We
Yeah.
love our website.
Yeah.
So BamaGeeks.com. And you can also leave a voicemail on there if you want to. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Calls
If
from
you-
the public, yes.
Yeah. if you want to maybe don't be live on here with us, but want to leave us a voicemail and a message, then you can do that through the website as well. Just look for the little microphone icon in the bottom right hand corner of the website and leave us a voicemail. Leave us a message and we'll play it here on the podcast for you. So yeah, jumping back, that was professionally what I'm looking forward to in 2025. Thanks to that, also get to go back to New York in May,
Mhm.
taking my wife and my daughter with me. I don't know who the celebrity will be for the keynote this time. That'll be really cool. They get to go enjoy Times Square and all of Manhattan while I'm
Mhm.
stuck in the conference.
Well, hopefully if things work out, hopefully this next time that Brock gets up here, we can head, of course, we'll go back down to the firehouse again and take Alyssa. But since we're going to be kind of down close to that area, I'm hoping that we can make it down towards Battery Park area, because that's where the museum is for GB2. The Men in Black buildings in that area, along with the church from National Treasure. So, a couple of little interesting little filming spots that hopefully we'll be able to get back down and see and get. So I told Brock, I was like, you got to get your picture at the Men in Black building.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to get your picture at the church. Now, I mean, some of his favorite movies, we want to try to get down there and see some of those things, hopefully this next year.
Yeah. And I hadn't even considered National Treasure.
Yeah.
I love it. Got an autograph poster from Nick Cage.
That's right.
Made out to me. So, yeah, I don't have anything else. I mean, just the cons and
sometimes, life just presents us with things we never expected or planned on. And, things always happen, throughout the year, and just looking forward to seeing what the next year holds for all of us.
Yep. And again, if you're watching after the fact, we're about to sign off. If you're watching after the fact, drop a comment. Let us know how your 2024 was. Let us know what you're looking forward to next year, or drop an emoji, just whatever, some type of engagement. We want to see you here, and we'll respond even after the fact. But the audio version of this will drop on New Year's Day. So happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy 2025 to everybody. And we got Caitlin coming in here at the coming in clutch. For 2025, I'm looking forward to a full-time at Disney and going up in leadership. I'm also doing a big costume to complete at Holiday Matsuri to win the trip to Sweden and another trip to Chicago.
Oh, I hope so.
Girl,
Yeah.
get on with yourself.
Look.
Absolutely. And never apologize.
No.
Or never have to worry. You're always welcome to hijack the stream.
It's not a hijack. We welcome you to
That's
join
right.
us whenever you're able to.
We're all same with self-promotion. We will be glad to indulge.
Oh,
Hey, Jack.
Jack,
Hey,
our buddy
Jack.
Jack. Happy New Year, Bama Geek. Sorry I'm tuning in
Hey.
late. No worries, man.
Glad you made
You're
it.
here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Make sure you go back and watch the replay and all. Jack is one that we a dear friend that we got to
He's one of the
finally got to meet back in March and hang out with for a bit. So yeah, man, glad to see you on here. Thank you. But yeah, really hope and pray that your new year is just full of awesome things. Hope it's not a roller coaster in a bad way. Hope it's a roller coaster in a good way, that you've got so many opportunities coming for you that you don't know how to handle them all. And I hope they're all good.
Yeah.
Certainly wish and pray for the best for you guys. We're looking forward to a great 2025, 2024. Outside of that pesky son going through cardiac arrest thing, everything else was pretty good. But if you want to find out more about the podcast, again, BamaGeeks.com, Bama Geeks at Bama Geeks on social media everywhere. If you want to jump into our Facebook group, the Bama Geeks Front Porch on Facebook. And if you want to support the show, not just by watching, but, drop a dime in the bucket, then you just go to bamageeks.com/join. That'll tell you how to become a Bama Geeks member.
Mhm.
And we appreciate everybody who does that. And I just appreciate you watching more than
Yeah,
anything. And just being
absolutely.
here with us.
Thank you for those of you who've been joining us in the live streams this year.
Absolutely.
And keep,
Keep coming.
Keep coming.
Yeah.
Join the live streams. We enjoy having you around.
Every other week, we're here on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock Central Standard or Daylight Time, if we can ever stop that pesky time change. Central Time, though, 8 o'clock every other Sunday. We're on a new schedule right now. You saw us flip-flop here in December, but we're on our normal schedule going forward. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back on the live stream and hope that you will join us. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being part of it. And again, leave comments after the fact. Leave a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe if you'd like. We've got a lot of subscribers and that we love and would love to have you a part of that as well.
Yeah.
But anything else to wrap up 2024?
No, tie a bow on it. I think we're done.
It is absolutely done, thankfully. So we'll
comment from Jack there before we end.
Hang on, I missed it. I can't even see it.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up there.
I wish you all a wonderful 2025 New Year's resolution. I'm tuning in for all your live streams or as many as possible. Hey,
Well,
we understand. We understand.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jack, would love to have you show up at any time, and I guarantee you that we will disappoint you in some way, shape, or form at some point. We love you, but we'll find a way to make people cringe. That's what we do. They don't shut up. They go off on topics.
It's nice to disappoint people besides my parents.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, happy to have you along as always, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack, I'm going to get with you when we're about our upcoming New York trip back in that's coming up again this May. If we can see you again, that'd be great. Would love to see you again. Please pull that up. I'm not at a point where I can.
And Brock didn't puke.
I
Skylar.
know. Maybe leave it. Hey, drop her super chat because I didn't puke.
Hey, businessman, there you go.
Yeah. Made it through the stream. Who knows what'll happen after the stream? I'm feeling much better. I've had my Sprite. Sprite seems to do the trick for me.
It's the magic sketch, I'm telling you.
It's good stuff. And zero sugar, which is even better.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're the Bama Geeks. That's Bo and Jessica. I'm Brock. And for Kevin, wherever he may be enjoying his time off and on his trip, we thank you so much for being part of us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Audio version of this show drops Wednesday on New Year's Day. Happy New Year from the Bama Geeks. We love you. Thanks so much for being here.